Alright, let's go ahead and start this video out. Good morning for everyone who is watching. This allergy season, early spring allergy season is utterly just kicking my bum still. Voice is very, very sore and raspy. Hopefully everyone can hear me. And yesterday I did not make a video at the closing of market just because there really was not anything out there to be. I've actually been tracking a few other stocks, and right now it's 7:51 a.m. I'm only gonna be recording a video on market open if Mullen actually drops news. If they don't drop news again, it's Mullen runs on news. I could sit here and show you guys every single thing about charts, but if Mullen does not drop news, then it's not going to be a very good day. And yesterday, Mullen did not drop news. We ended up I'll go ahead and show on the charts here in a minute. But it just the stock just needs news. That's what gets it's like Viagra. It's without Viagra, Mullen is not gonna have a fun night. You could have the hottest piece of ass in front of you, but without Mullen's special pill, it's definitely not going to have a good time. All right. Otherwise, the primary focus of this video is going to be on the lawsuit. I'm going to be covering that, but firstly, let's go ahead and do a routine check. So, as of right now, David has not bought any new shares. That is not a shocker. There's been no new SEC filings for Mullen. That's not bad, also not good. We're just staying neutral based on, SEC filings, which is good. Go over Stock Titan. Mullen has not dropped any news since the 14th, which ironically is 1 week. It honestly feels like a fucking eternity because this stock has just been free falling. But I mean, I could sit here and I could tell you that we need something today. We should get something today. And we could very well get nothing today. So it's really one of those things that we just really have to wait and see. But hopefully we do get something good. And hopefully it's something very juicy where a lot of us can make some money back, especially on this potential run that we could regain ourselves very quickly. All right, so we've shown that. Let's go over to the charts now. We're on the 5-minute time frame. Doing a quick review yesterday, we ended up having a nice push right before lunch, and this is all Eastern time. And then right after lunch, we basically just free fell. The Fed meeting was, it's Jerome Powell came out very hawkish, although the Fed did not raise rates, but they're still on the premise that they're going to give us 3 rate cuts for this year. So the market didn't go in a catalytic, it made some good boosts up. Obviously stocks that interest rates are still very sensitive. It did, a lot of these small cap stocks actually did go up. Got a small little boost yesterday, which was good. But it wasn't like back in December when the Fed magically came out and said, hey, we have pretty much won the war. It was a very dovish meeting, very dovish, very bullish meeting. And the entire market went on a rally. But otherwise, that's what I think this area to really justify this kind of rebound in the later afternoons. Which is good, because if the Fed is not going to completely cut our balls off, then it'll be good for all stocks. Yesterday, we did make a new all-time low, though, which is just really sad. But we didn't crash by like 10% yesterday. We ended up only going down by, but we actually ended up gaining back in the after hours by 1.4% yesterday. We ended up going down, but we ended up bouncing back in the after hours about a point. So yesterday was not a bloodbath for Mullen, but we still made a new all-time low. And what that means is that the bottom is not here just yet. So let's now go over to the daily time frame. However, the one good thing about these pivot points is that they're kind of really tighter today. And obviously these pivot points are based on the previous day's averages. But we could very well, if we get news, we could easily break 480. You're talking a less than 5% move to break the R1. If we can get over this $5 psychological level, which ironically is the R2, that would be really good. R3 is not, definitely impossible, but we really do need to maintain, in my opinion, really got to get above this 35 mil market cap area. I have yet to buy back in Mullen because I really want to see if they drop news. Depending on the news and depending on what Mullen does, I might just take a day trade or might just do a small swing trade. I'm not entirely sure, but it really depends. But if we're going to go down by another 5-10%, you would be stupid to buy into Mullen. This is not the type of stock to really be doing swings on. Mullen moves unlike any other stock out there, and it's very tragic because we've all lost a lot of money. If you know what Mullen is, you've probably lost money. I have made money on Mullen, but I've lost more than I've made. And I don't know anyone out there personally that has made more money than they've lost on Mullen, to be honest. All right, but daily time frame. We have yet to make a bottom. And as you see, all the way back in January, this was basically these 2 days. January 24th, January 25th. These 2 days started our bottom. And then from the end of January, we trended up, pulled back, but we never, broke back down, pushed higher, could not get above our previous resistance area, this kind of like block in a way of the high $7, broke back down, tried again, boom, got above, market did not like it, pushed back down, we sold off, gave away all the gains, and ever since honestly really this day, 28 February, we've just been breaking down. Absolutely breaking down. So, there is no bottom just yet. Now, if today we just trend sideways, that would be really good. But we need news in order to go higher. Mullen runs on news. RSI is 26. It really is irrelevant talking about the RSI because the RSI could be like a 10. But if Mullen does not get news, Mullen does not get news. It is plain and simple. Mullen needs news. So unless we get news, we're not going to regain any of this. But as I've been saying in my previous videos, the faster we fall, the faster we can go back up. So if we get a really good catalyst, we could bounce back all the way to $6 level range. And from this price range, you're talking about 30%, which is not bad. Especially if you do a day trade or maybe even a swing trade for like a day or so. That's not bad, but it's all dictated on news. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this lawsuit now because I've yet to really talk about it and what I think and could be foreseeing. First of all, Ernest on X, he's been covering, I don't believe he's made a recent video on the lawsuit. I gotta double check. He's kind of swayed back a little bit from making Mullen videos. His Mullen videos are more so it's not chart type Mullen videos. He basically posts his I honestly believe he's a long time investor in Mullen. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't think he's out there to really be trading Mullen for like short term, kind of like myself, along with a lot of other people out there. But he's been keeping up with the lawsuit, which has been really helpful. And we actually did get some new information. I'll go ahead and post these links down below in the description of this video. So for the first lawsuit, Mullen versus I believe that's G, not C. It's early. Yes, GEM. This is basically GM is talking about the reason why Mullen's suing on this case, because Mullen is involved in other, like, multiple lawsuits that a lot of people may not understand or don't know. But for this one, it's basically GEM at the time was a unregistered, I believe, security. And Mullen is making a case saying, hey, we used you as lending. You did a whole bunch, supposedly did a whole bunch of bad things that caused the downward spiral of her stock price. So a lot of people have been talking about this. Withdraw attorney. The attorney Jennifer Maybe terminated, which has already been signed. So the attorney for the defendant is GEM. Mullen is suing GM. Their own attorney filed a motion to withdraw as the attorney for the defendant. So a lot of people were talking about this on March 15th. Obviously, it didn't do anything for the stock price. And today, I'm not sure how long this is going to be or how accurate this site is by updating information. But today, March 21st, 2024, Mullen has to be in court. Where is it? Down here. At 10 a.m. In court in New York, so obviously Eastern Standard Time, to present their case, and a judge is going to decide if Mullen has a valid case or not. So a lot of people are talking about this lawsuit because it raises some red flags. And by the way, I am not a FA. I am not a attorney. My grandfather was a civil rights attorney for 40 years. And I did ask some people that I know that have experience tracking cases. I don't want to say that this is bullish, information or bearish. From my point of view, if I were to look at this, in Mullen's case, I think it's a positive thing. Because if I was the attorney for the opposing side, and if I knew that my clients had no case or settlement coming in, I would probably want to resign from that case. Because why would I be fighting for a losing battle that could potentially be squashed, and I'm not going to be getting paid for it? But then again, I don't know. That's my way of thinking about it. But then again, I've been totally wrong when it comes in terms anything related to Mullen. You could also look at this and be like, hey, maybe the defendant attorney, this Jennifer maybe she asked to withdraw from the case because she had a life, maybe something came up, in her personal life. You don't know. We don't know too. Maybe she had a family member that passed away, something tragic, and she's like, hey, I can't be doing this. I can't devote my time. So, looking at from both perspectives, I think it could be positive that she withdrew for Mullen, but it also could be absolutely nothing at all. However, if we get something good that comes out of this appearance, if the judge basically pretty much says, hey, Mullen, you do not have a case, I'm going to dismiss this case, the market, in my opinion, is going to punish the shit out of Mullen. Which scares me to hell, and that's one of the reasons why I'm currently not holding anything right now in Mullen. However, if the judge comes out and says, hey, yeah, there's a lawsuit here, we're going to keep pushing this lawsuit forward, then the market could very well, push up Mullen significantly. Now, the other lawsuit that Mullen is having, which I'm tracking, or I've been tracking, is this one versus Clearstream Markets LLC. This one is about the spoofing episodes. This is the one that could very be like a huge lawsuit out there. And we last got the March 18th. I don't believe this one is due for any type of thing soon. Let me see really quick. March 11th has already passed. Yeah, did I replew? Okay. So deadline responses by April 25th. Replies by May 16th. Okay, so this one's going to be a while. However, Mullen has been providing a lot of evidence. I don't have access to the site, and also I'm not paying it. I'm not going to spend any more side money on this crap, but I believe Ernest has it on here. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, here it is. Yep, we found it. Exhibit A. So Exhibit A is basically this one. The court or judge asked Mullen to provide more evidence of spoofing, and Mullen did. So this is actually a huge one. Known defendants by selling shares prior to deadline purposefully rebound. This is the spoofing lawsuit. So obviously this lawsuit is one to really be watching for, because this could be, I don't know how much money like a company could receive in compensation, but I do know that David has said if Mullen has received any money in compensation from lawsuits, that there would be a dividend. I personally don't believe that, and honestly, I don't believe there should be a dividend. Hypothetically, if Mullen were to get $100 million in compensation from this lawsuit, right, in early settlement, it would be so beneficial if David said, hey, we just received 100, I'm throwing numbers out there. I hate doing that. But any numbers, even if Mullen got $20 million as a, in compensation, if David came out and said, hey, we just got a 20 million, 40 million, or etc., we will no longer need to dilute shareholders throughout 2024 and also maybe in the foreseeable future to roads of profitability. All we are going to focus on is production and getting purchase orders and selling our Class 1 and Class 3 vans. That's all we're going to be doing. That would be a humongous catalyst. One, no more dilution. And two, they now have plenty of cash, and we don't have to worry about what Fisker is going through with a bankruptcy or anything else. So maybe these lawsuits will be good. I'm praying for the best. Check them out in your spare time if you have not done so. And before you even think about throwing money into any stock, definitely do your research, because today I'm going to be watching this case, and I'm going to be refreshing this like crazy. And hopefully something gets updated in real time, and hopefully this judge says that Mullen actually has a case. Because if this case continues to go forward, then that means that Mullen was legitimately actually attacked. And if they were legitimately actually attacked, then hopefully they receive legitimate compensation. All right, catch you guys later.